Welcome everyone to this next lesson on graphic design, and what we are going to be focusing this lesson is again on how to select pixels from a picture, but in this case we're not looking at selecting a range of pixels that are in the shape of an ellipse, an oval, a square or a rectangle. What we want to be doing is we want to start selecting objects from our image that are in these weird shapes like this, So for this, we are going to be using the free select tool. And if you don't know where to locate that, if you just have a look next to the old rectangle select tool, you'll be able to find the free select tool. This might be called the lasso tool in programs like Photoshop, for example. But in GIMP it's called free select tool. So just simply click on it and that will select it. There is a shortcut for it. I believe it's the letter F on your keyboard if you want to quick select it. So what this will allow us to do is there's two ways to select with it. You can either click the mouse and hold on to it and then just drag it and you'll be able to make the selection shape that you want, or if you just go ahead and click or keep clicking to create these selection points, you'll be able to make the selection that you want. So it doesn't have to be perfect here. I'm just doing it for demonstration. You can take a little bit more time with your selection. So I'm just going to finish this off here and go around, and that's it. Now, once you select or once you make your selection, you will notice that there is still this line that exists within your selection, or I guess across your selection. To finalize your selection, all you need to do is press enter on your keyboard. Alright, so I'm going to press enter and you will see your selection finalized. So I'm going to press enter and you will see that line disappears and you're left with this selection line across it. So we've taken care of step one, which is this one right here. Step two is very similar to step two from our last lesson for selection, which was edit and cut. But in this case, we are going to be clicking copy instead of cut, because we don't want to lose the data from the original layer. We just want to copy it as it is. So edit and copy, we're going to go to the edit option. We're going to press copy here as the button. And then the third step, same as last lesson, we're going to say edit and paste. And that will put the data in a sort of temporary layer to finalize or to make this layer kind of stick. We're going to now do the fourth step. In our instructions, we're going to click the new green layer or the green new layer icon like this, and now you'll notice that that data has been placed on the new layer. Don't worry about these yellow and black dots around the layer. That's only just giving you some information to tell you where the boundaries of that layer are. If you click back on the original layer, you'll see that the yellow and black markers go around that, because that's the canvas size. So if we click on the new layer here, we're going to now move the new layer. So if I select the move tool here, we're going to click on that layer and we are going to place it on this melon's head. So I don't know if you can kind of see where we're going with this activity, but we are going to be creating a face using the objects or the food on the left side of the image, and using the melon as kind of the base for the head. Now all that's left to do is click on the original layer again. So we're going to click on the veggie1.jpg here, and we are now going to make a different selection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'm going to select this mushroom over here. I think we can make like a chef's hat out of it. So just bear with me. Doesn't have to be perfect, as I said. I'm just going to very quickly make a selection like this. Now, one thing I want to teach you that's new and you weren't taught this last lesson is I'm going to go ahead and press enter to finalize my selection. But if I have made some mistakes with my selection and I want to maybe remove or add to my selections, if I look on the tools for my option, there's 4 modes that I can select on. So this second one here says add to the current selection or subtract from the current selection. So if I click on the subtract one and I zoom in using control and the wheel of my mouse, I can go ahead and I can just say, you know what, I want to remove this from my selection. Click on the original point, press enter, and you see that that reduces the size or the area where the selection was made, like this. And if you want to add to a particular part of the selection, well, it's the same thing. You just choose the add mode and then you just remove from that. So I'm going to stop removing from now on. I know it's not perfect, but we'll just leave it like that. Make sure to then always click on the original mode for the selection tool. So we're going to go ahead and edit, copy, edit, paste, click on the new green layer icon and use the move tool and place the hat on top here. Now if you feel like the hat is too large, if you want to scale something or rotate something, well, the options for those are located right here. So you'll see this kind of a transform tool icon. So if you click your mouse and hold it, you'll be able to choose the rotate or the scale option. So if I choose the scale, I can click on the layer I want to scale and then use the options that it gives me to scale it. And if I want to rotate, so I'm going to press enter to finalize my scale. And if I want to rotate it, I choose the rotate tool, click on it again and rotate it around this center point. Or I'm going to rotate it the other way around actually. Press enter, use the move tool to move it into position, and there is my chef's hat. Now your first activity is going to be to create a face on this melon here, and once you're done with that, you can go ahead and move on to activity 2 at some point and create one of these objects here or people in this blank canvas here, using all of the food items that you have been given on the left hand side. Now of course you don't have to make these two. These two here are just examples for you to take some inspiration from. You can make any person that you wish in any color, but yeah, good luck with that.